Now, if you have been following this series, we've already done cleansing and we have already done our serum. Now, if you use a toner, that's going to go on before your serum is pressed in. So we're going to cleanse, tone, and then serum if you do use a toner. And remember that serum needs to go on to damp skin so that it fully penetrates even deeper. Now we're going to talk about eye. Now, the Norwex Eye Cream is incredible and it works in such a myriad of ways. And today we're going to go over some of the most important things that it performs and actually changes about the eye area. In my own case, it has dramatically changed my eyelids. So let's get started. This is your eye cream and this is how it's going to come to you. It's also very easily refillable. So we're going to pull this cap off and we are going to open this up to show you that this is your canister that you're going to be replenishing. And of course, it is less expensive when you do the replenish. So what about this eye cream is so spectacular? So we're going to go over the ingredients, then we're going to go over best application practices. So let's jump in. First of all, anytime you see glacial water as your first ingredient other than water, you're getting more for your money because you're getting minerals, and that mineralization for your skin is epically important. So when we also look at the eye cream, we see the Nordic complexes in there, and so that follows across the board of what we do with the Norwex skincare, and that increases vitamin C to the skin, which improves texture, tone, all of those things, including brightness, which is so important around the eyes. So we also have a probiotic extract, and that really changes and increases things within your microbiome that are going to create a healthier microbiome and one that feels really stable across the board. So that's going to help with people that have maybe an injured microbiome or areas around the eyes specifically where that skin is so thin, where they really need to beef up that living space for cells, correct? So adenosine is in this product, and that increases absorption, but it also increases collagen production. Super important, both of those things for around the eye. And then we hit this ribose. Now, ribose is a type of sugar, and that sugar actually increases ATP, which is a primary source of energy for cells. Let's just look at it that way. And so what that does is that increases collagen production, and it gives a lot of power to the cells to keep functioning at their optimal. So one of the most crucial things that I believe is in the eye cream and in eye creams in general is if we can get something that draws moisture or adds moisture around the eye, because specifically in men, and if you know a gentleman that needs an eye cream, definitely point this one out, because I'm going to tell you specifically in men will get crepiness starting right in this area very early in life. You'll be able to spot it even in 30s in men, and that is simply because of one very important aspect that women do over men, which is protection from the sun. So that will happen there, and it will become almost like a crinkly, crepey skin there. This eye cream is dramatically changing for people that have that issue because it adds so much moisture and plumps those areas and increases that production of collagen. So don't be afraid to offer this to the gentleman in your life. Now, the crucial aspect is the sodium hyaluronate. Exceptional hydration around the eye. Now, when we talk about an eye cream, we're going to be applying it to our ring finger, and we're going to be dabbing between the two ring fingers. This is the weakest finger on the hand, and therefore what we're going to use around the eyes. Now, if you note this from just my perspective, this is very different than what most people do to apply an eye product, but I want to tell you the science of why I do it. This has dramatically helped me and my clients, and so I'm going to show you. The majority of deep eye wrinkling in most people is right here. And so this is where I start with the majority of my product on my fingers. And then I wrap down under the eye. Notice that I am not rubbing it all. So I start out here at those deep wrinkles. I come down under the eye and I'm gently tapping. By the way, just tapping the skin turns cells on and increases collagen production. You're also increasing blood flow to that area, which is incredible. No matter where you are on the face or anywhere, increasing blood to an area is very beneficial. Now, when you're tapping and you are getting to the point where you're thinking, okay, where else am I going with this? You're going to go clear up to the orbital bone and down across the eyelid. Now, most eye creams you cannot use on the eyelid. That's not a desirable thing to do with them. But this eye cream you absolutely can use on your eyelid. And when I tell you it has dramatically changed my eyelids, I had the creepiest eyelids. They would move out to the side. This has totally changed the creepiness in my eyelids. I can apply eye makeup so much easier, and it has dramatically changed the overall look of my eye. I cannot tell you how much this works as a standalone product. So because that adenosine's in there, which is going to increase absorption, this product is one of those products that can stand alone from the entire grouping of Norwex skin line and still do a powerful change around the eyes. Your biggest kind of like thing you want to do or thing you want to think about when you're using this product is application, because that application definitely does matter. That pressing in also matters. We want to rub less around our eyes and press more. And so this is eye cream. Now, next up, we are going to actually talk about something that can be controversial as far as the order in which that it goes on the skin. And we're going to talk about that in the next up video when we talk about illuminating oil. So we'll see you for the next video.